If you trade and you're still losing after months, it might not be your strategy. It might be you. Not because you're dumb, not because you're lazy, but because without realizing it, you've been training yourself to lose. And the scary part? You probably think you're doing everything right. Most traders don't blow their accounts in one crazy day. They lose slowly, quietly, almost politely. A small rule break here, a little revenge trade there, a tiny move of a stop loss just this once. And over time, those tiny actions build a habit. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how traders slowly train themselves to lose, step by step, and how these small daily decisions wire the brain for failure. By the end, you'll see your own behavior in a way that might make you uncomfortable. But that discomfort, that's where change starts. The hidden training program you didn't know you signed up for. Let's be honest. When you started trading, you didn't plan to become reckless. You probably said things like, I'll follow my rules. I'll manage risk. I'll treat this like a business. But trading doesn't test your knowledge. It tests your behavior under pressure, and behavior is trained. Every time you take an action in the market, you are teaching your brain something. Not about charts, about survival. Here's how it starts. You take a trade. It hits stop loss. You feel pain. Your brain goes, avoid this feeling next time. So what do? You move your stop slightly on the next trade. Just a little. It works. The trade comes back and wins. Your brain goes, nice. That saved us. Boom. You just trained yourself to break rules. That one small win is more dangerous than 10 losses. Because now your brain believes breaking rules equals safety, and safety feels good. Let's talk about something simple. Dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical in your brain that rewards behavior. You get it when you win. You get it when you take action. You even get it when you almost win. Trading platforms are perfect dopamine machines. Charts moving, numbers flashing, profits changing every second. Your brain loves that. Studies show that unpredictable rewards, like gambling, create stronger addiction patterns than predictable ones. Trading is basically a high-speed casino with better branding. So what happens? You don't just trade for profit. You start trading for stimulation. You take trades because you're bored. You want to feel in control. You want to make back what you lost. You want that quick hit of excitement. And every time you click buy or sell without a real setup, your brain gets rewarded for impulsive behavior. You're not just losing money. You're building a habit of impulsiveness. Here's something most traders don't realize. Your actions create your identity. If you consistently move stop losses, overtrade, enter early, ignore your plan, your brain slowly builds a self-image. I'm the type of trader who doesn't really follow rules. And identity is powerful. Once something becomes part of who you are, your brain protects it. So even when you say, from tomorrow I'll be disciplined, your brain resists. Because discipline doesn't match your current identity, and identity changes slowly, based on repeated actions, not motivation, not watching another trading video. Repeated actions. Now let's go deeper. Most bad trading behavior comes from one thing: avoiding emotional pain. You don't revenge trade because you're evil. You revenge trade because losing feels bad. Loss triggers the same pain areas in the brain as physical injury. That's not drama, that's science. So your brain goes into defense mode. It says, fix it, win it back, don't end the day red. And that's when you take a trade that wasn't there. It loses. Now you feel worse. So you trade again. You're not trading the market anymore. You're trading your emotions. And every time you respond to pain with impulsive action, you train yourself to repeat that pattern. Pain leads to impulse. Impulse leads to temporary relief. Temporary relief leads to bigger pain. That's the loop. And loops build habits. Another silent trainer of failure is the illusion of control. You start thinking, If I just watch the chart closely, if I adjust this a bit, if I manage this trade manually, but most profitable trading systems rely on probabilities, not control. When you interfere with a system because you feel something, you are saying, my emotions are smarter than my tested edge. That's dangerous because emotions change every minute. Probability does not care how you feel, yet every time you override your system and it works once, your brain strengthens the wrong lesson. You start believing your feelings are special. They're not. They're human. And humans are biased. Here's how the training becomes permanent. At first, breaking a rule feels wrong. You feel guilty, then you do it again. Still feels wrong, but less. Then again. Eventually, it feels normal. Psychologists call this normalization. It's how small moral compromises become big ones. It's how one cheat meal becomes a month of junk food. It's how one late day at the gym becomes quitting. The same thing happens in trading. First rule break, stressful. Fifth rule break, annoying. 20th rule break, automatic. And once it's automatic, you're not choosing anymore. You're reacting. That's when traders say, I don't know why I did that. You do know, you trained it. Now here's the uncomfortable part. The real problem isn't that you don't know what to do. You know you shouldn't. Overtrade, risk too much, move stops, chase losses, you know. The real problem is this. You've practiced the wrong behavior more times than the right one, and practice makes permanent, not perfect, permanent. If you've taken 500 impulsive trades and only 50 rule-based ones, which behavior do you think is stronger? Your brain is like a path in a forest. The more you walk one path, the clearer it becomes. Right now, your impulsive path might be a highway. Your disciplined path might be a tiny trail. So when pressure hits, which one will your brain choose? The easy one, the familiar one. Here's the key moment most traders miss. You don't fix this with a new strategy. You fix it by retraining behavior. That means reducing size so losses don't hurt as much, limiting number of trades per day, writing rules you can actually follow, tracking behavior, not just profit. You need to reward yourself for following rules, not for winning trades. If you followed your plan and lost, that's a good trade. If you broke your plan and won, that's a bad trade. Read that again. Your brain needs new signals. Right now, it celebrates money. It needs to celebrate discipline. That's how you slowly reverse the training, one correct action at a time. It will feel boring. It will feel slow. It will feel like you're doing less. Good. That's what professional trading looks like. Most traders quit not because the market is impossible. They quit because they built habits that made winning impossible. And habits don't change with motivation. They change with repetition. Small, boring, consistent repetition. The market doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't know you exist. But your brain cares deeply about comfort. If you don't train it properly, it will always choose comfort over growth. That's human nature. And that's okay, as long as you become aware of it. You didn't wake up one day and decide to be a losing trader. You slowly trained yourself into it through small rule breaks, through emotional reactions, through chasing relief instead of following process. The good news? The same way you trained yourself to lose, you can train yourself to win, not by predicting the market better, but by becoming a different person in front of the market. More calm, more boring, more consistent. Because in trading, success is not about intelligence. It's about behavior under pressure. And behavior is trainable. Watch the next video on your screen if you're ready to start retraining your brain the right way. Until then, peace.